So let's look at the chin up and what you're looking to try and engage, whatever your grip may be. You want to initiate by depressing the shoulders, not by bending and flexing the elbow. You want to really fire up the back muscle, but not the arm muscle. You want the back to be the prime mover, not the arms. So you want to engage by depressing the shoulder, and then when you depress the shoulder, you pull and you create an arch. The idea is not to get the head over the bar, the idea is to get the chest out to the bar. It's like a back extension under a load. So you basically depress the shoulder, pull, squeeze the back, and then slowly return. And remember that the most important phase of this exercise is that lowering and that return. So keep it slow and keep it controlled. This is the lat pull down. And I know a lot of people say, oh, the lat pull down. We tend to shy away from it. It's almost don't do the lat pull down because it's not a real strengthening exercise. The lat pull down really gives us good scapular stability. It really does help engage the back muscles well, but also it teaches us how to do a chin up with good form and good technique. Depressing that shoulder blade, leaning back, getting a good lift on the chest. So it's the same principle. So you take the weight, you take your grip, you sit down, secure the legs, we depress the shoulder before we initiate movement, you lean back, arch the back, you pull high to the clavicle line, and then let the bar up, controlled fashion, and let the body back in and back under that bar. Remember folks, there are other back exercises, dumbbell row, bent over row, etc. We need to concentrate and focus as much attention in those exercises as well to help engage our back muscles properly. But remember on the dumbbell row, we don't initiate by depressing or retracting the shoulder. The load is in place to get full maximum activation of the back once you have good form and good technique on the bench and hold the body in the exact, correct, proper position. Where I really believe this problem arises is 1, overtraining the chest, 2, not engaging the back musculature correctly, 3, not stretching out the pecs, etc. correctly. And the one we haven't discussed yet is not incorporating scapular stability exercises, spacing exercises, or rotator cuff work at the end of our upper body workouts. It is so important to do. And what amazes me is people only become aware of it when they develop their shoulder pain, and they only start doing these exercises when they develop the shoulder pain. Now another problem is when we develop that shoulder pain, we seem to jump into doing a huge amount of scapular stability and a huge amount of rotator cuff, and I think this could be a mistake. 1, we need to stop doing the exercises that cause the pain in the first place or that are causing pain while we do them, back away from them. Then 2, we need to pick an exercise to do, whether it's rotator cuff work or scapular stability, the likes of a bent over trap 3 or something. Now remember, when the injury is there, in particular if it's a supraspinatus, one of those rotator cuff group, it's a small tendinous structure, not a great blood supply, and if that structure is inflamed and you try to isolate it with very specific rotator cuff work, I think we've the scenario of the boxer with the bloodied nose. He's coming back in the 3rd round wondering why his nose is bleeding as he goes out for the 4th round. We're kind of compounding the problem. We might be better doing a scapular stability exercise or even a spacing exercise like the pendulum for it to make it healthier before we break into specific rotator cuff work.